The Civil Rights Era, a tumultuous time that took place from the early 1950s well into the late 1970s. It's a time filled with protest, change, and music describing these events that would go down in history. But many students seem to be unaware of what took place and how it's still affecting us today. With this unit, and with the help of educational technology, I hope to change that. It's important for students to know that the rights they enjoy today were hard fought for and that many of the movements they see today are using very similar strategies. In order to get students excited for this time period, I plan on focusing on main events through popular artists such as the Beatles, Billie Holiday, Sam Cooke, and many others. By the end of this unit, students should be able to identify key groups from the Civil Rights Era, analyze the varying strategies used by these groups, create a timeline to demonstrate their progress, and analyze how past events are still influencing society today. The lessons in this unit plan align with 11th grade Common Core standards in the area of history under key ideas and details as well as integration of knowledge and ideas. These lessons also follow standards created by the International Society for Technology and Education. The standards included in this lesson are Knowledge Constructor and Creative Communicator. In order to ensure that all of my students will be impacted by the information I want to share with them, I incorporated lessons that would be enjoyed by the different learners found in Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. Gardner classifies intelligence into several categories, including logical, naturalistic, verbal, intrapersonal, visual, interpersonal, musical, and kinesthetic. So how did I manage to fit all of these into my lessons? Let me show you. Each of my lessons is geared towards more than one learner. While each lesson does not incorporate all of the learners, the unit as a whole does. Some of my standout lessons are learning about life before the Civil Rights Era through Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit and by viewing images and making observations from pictures depicting that time period. Participating in the flipped classroom model to learn about different civil rights groups and then comparing them with an infographic made in Pictochart. Creating a Powtoon video to show the opposition women's rights groups faced from other women by creating a conversation between Gloria Steinem and Phyllis Schlafly. Using iMovie to create their own newscast on an LGBT or Red Power protest of their choice. And delving into the many songs from this time period that supported these many movements. Students will not only learn of the importance of these songs, but they will create their own song of protest using GarageBand. Not only are my lessons more project-based, but the unit assessment is centered on a project as well. Because as we all know, only a small percentage of students excel on multiple choice assessments, and those that don't can find these tests to be extremely frustrating. For this unit, students will create a website that focuses on the civil rights group of their choice. This gives them the freedom to pursue the topic that interests them the most. Within this project, students will focus on the goals and strategies of their chosen group, as well as the music created during that time period that represents that group. In addition, students will have to make connections to similar groups that are present today. I will require them to follow modern-day groups on Twitter and compare the goals and strategies of today to those in the past. By the end of this unit, my students should be able to make comparisons to the two groups and see that the fight isn't over. After all, history is not just about events that took place hundreds of years ago. It's about the events that are still affecting us today. My goal for my students is that they understand that these movements are not new. They have a past, they have a story, and most importantly, they have a future.